Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Coming to market yesterday, we could see the market actually trending. Yes, it was trending upwards. In fact, all Adani stocks were doing well, and of course, apart from that, major power actually came in from Reliance and Infosys. Yes, if you see, for quite some days, Reliance has been on a very consolidation mode. In fact, it had come to a major support, and we could see a lot of buying interest coming into Reliance, and that buying interest actually gave a big push to Reliance, and it was up by more than 2% in the day. And when a heavy weight like Reliance is moving up, who can stop the Nifty? In fact, Nifty would have gone even higher if the banks had supported. So yesterday there was this important event, if you remember, that was the RBI monetary policy. So the monetary policy details were out in the morning, and as soon as it started coming out, we could see the Nifty kind of starting to rally. In fact, it was as expected. RBI actually increased the interest rates by about 0.25%, which was expected, which is 25 basis points, and there was nothing special new there. But then, of course, one thing to note was when Mr. Das of RBI actually came out and said that they are still looking at increasing the rates further as well. That means this 0.25% hike is not going to stop with that, but then this rate hikes are going to continue for some more time because they want the inflation to actually come slightly down. So that is something which is, kind of, I would say, market took it positively, but then probably banks have not taken it that way because, probably the banks have taken it with a pinch of salt. That's why we could see the banks kind of consolidating yesterday. And similarly, we could see every other sector, kind of IT sector led by Infosys, the energy sector led by Reliance. These were doing good while banking sector consolidated. So that was something that's we should be looking at. Probably this could be a short covering that was seen in Reliance because of the consolidation all these days, which actually led to this rally, I would say. So is this going to sustain? That's the big question. Now today is Thursday, which is the expiry. So being the expiry, definitely the volatility is going to continue. But then, like I said, yesterday was more like a short covering rally. So I'm not expecting a follow-up rally as strong as that today. But of course, before that, let us look at a few things that happened after the Indian markets closed. So after Indian markets closed yesterday, we could see European market also closing in the green. But then if you look at the US market, there was some news there. So what happened there? Basically, two Federal Reserve members in two separate meetings have told that the interest rate hike is going to continue, and the total interest rate hike can go up to even 5.25%, which is like about 0.25% to 0.5% more than the market expectation. So this again gave jitters, and we could see the market starting to fall in the US. But if that was not enough, followed by this, there was an event by Google where they were displaying their artificial intelligence based bot. Now in that, very interesting, this is something you should know. There were three questions asked to this artificial intelligence based bot, and out of the three, the third one, it gave a wrong answer. As soon as that was seen, we could see Google starting to fall. So it was a very interesting to see, if you look at the US market, Nasdaq led by Google actually started falling, and immediately we could see other stocks also falling. So except I think Tesla and Netflix, most of the other stocks have actually gone in the red. So if you look at Tesla had a good news because Tesla has increased its sales in California. So that is a good news, California, because California is the largest, economy in US itself. So if a car sales in California is led by Tesla, that would mean a definitive advantage. So that was something which actually kind of gave some positivity to Tesla, and we could see Tesla moving up. So apart from that, if you look at the US market, all the three US markets have actually closed in the red yesterday. So that is something which is not, again, not confident inspiring. But then naturally, when the US markets close in the red, the Asian markets tend to follow. So same thing happened this morning. So we could see the Asian markets kind of consolidating in the morning. And SGX Nifty, which was also slightly up in the morning, started consolidating. However, of late, we have been seeing that SGX Nifty is not being followed by the Indian market, and the opening is generally slightly different. So, today being the expiry and with the global negativity, probably we could see the Nifty kind of opening slightly down. But then we have some important positions taken in the Gold Club where we are trading, and that seems to be in good number. I mean, in good position, and we are expecting to close with some good profits there. So we speak, I'm looking at the market, and SGX Nifty is kind of flat, I would say. So probably we could have a flat opening. That's something that could be expected. That means probably a small plus and minus here and there, but almost a flat opening is what we can expect for the day. Apart from that, if you look at the Asian markets, we could see Korea is down slightly. Hong Kong is up by 0.5%, almost 100 points, and China is up by almost 1%. So Chinese market is doing really well, whereas Japanese and Korean market is in the negative. So of course it's a mixed reaction there. So one way I would say Indian market is kind of still may not see much bearishness, because one simple reason: when the entire global markets have rallied up in the past few weeks, Indian markets have stayed where it is. So even though the US market has fallen, it may not be a major impact to the Indian market. But then, of course, there are a few things that needs to be looked at. So that is the Adani Group again. So Adani Group did prepay a lot of loans in the last few days, and they've also committed to prepay more loans in the upcoming days. Now that is of course a good news. But then meanwhile, there was a small allegation that these payments were done after these banks gave a margin call. So for people who don't know margin call, so Adani has pledged a lot of stocks with banks and taken loan on based on these pledges. Now, definitely, all these are foreign banks, and when the stock prices have fallen so big, what happens is the collateral value actually comes down, and when collateral value comes down, the banks give a margin call. That is, they have to deposit cash component for that difference. So there is news that this margin call came, and it's after that the Adani Group has paid. But then Adani Group says that they have not received any official information on margin call, but they have done this to increase the confidence in the investors. So yes, this is something like which is kind of clearly apparent on what could the reason be. But however, things have not been great for Adani Group for now. Yesterday there was also Adani Group results that came in. So Adani Power results were bad, whereas Adani Wilmar was kind of decent. So with all this, definitely things are not looking great for Adani right now. But then there are a lot of investors stuck with Adani stocks as well. So when these people actually go ahead and sell, probably that could lead to some more fall. However, with the way the market is reacting right now, it looks like the market has kind of stabilized and taken up all or discounted all the problems with Adani and the Adani stocks already. So with that hope, let us look forward to a great day in trading as well. And as far as investors are concerned, one happy news I would say is regarding to Paytm. So now that Paytm's results have come, and it is already showing some EBITDA profits. So it was kind of earlier than expected, and that has kind of led a lot of brokers to actually up their views on Paytm, and that's exactly why we could see a huge rally. So of course, kudos to all those Paytm investors who have been stuck with Paytm IPO also. So it's time probably you can see some recovery on that sector. So that's it for now. This is a very important day again, the expiry. So let us look forward to trade in the volatility and try to book some profits as early as possible, because post launch there would be huge volatility. So with that, this is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share, and do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a great day.